Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shoe Podcast, the only sneaker podcast to perform at halftime at the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
If you don't know, I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
We were there. We were two of the guys in the big white puffy jackets. Did you not see us?
You might not have been able to.
you caught the moves.
Yeah, I was the one up top. We were up top.
We were on the one of the floating platforms. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was your hardest clipped in? They didn't get me. That's why my moves I kept them constrained. I kept them kind of tight there.
Well, they said we got the cross beam thing going on, so you'll be all right. You
guys remember studying Pythagorean theorem? It's that basically, and I went, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Because who's going to admit they don't remember the Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, my high school algebra teacher told me that it would become very useful.
And sure enough, there we were, suspended on a platform in the middle of the Super Bowl, running the numbers in our head.
I'm not going to be the one to fall on Rihanna.
Don't put that on me.
Not on me. Not over here.
How are you doing? It's good to be back to do another one of these.
It is good. It is good. Feel good. Pretty refreshed, you know.
Yeah.
Did end up watching the Super Bowl. Walked away expecting this outcome and sad that it happened. So,
yeah.
But
you were pulling for Eagles? I guess spoiler alert, but you were pulling for Eagles.
As a Broncos fan, I can't pull for anyone in the division. So
Okay, fair enough.
The more Super Bowls the Chiefs win, that's less Super Bowls that Denver won, and I can't have that.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good outlook. I like your take on it.
Yeah, we got Sean Payton, so that's it. We were missing the key.
You pulled that.
So.
Yeah, we did not catch the Super Bowl. We were coming back on a flight from Chicago. So we were literally walking through the airport as the halftime show was going on, which we will talk a little bit more about later in the episode here, because we got a real SOS update for all of you out there, which a little harken. We told y'all it would never die. It's a real state of the shunion. We're talking about what's going on this week in sneakers. We're going to go over a few key topics. The Big Red Boot, the Astro Boy stompers that I know you've been seeing across your Instagram.
Of course.
A little reaction to the Air movie trailer that came out last week starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. And then a little Super Bowl recap. What was on feet, both on the field and in the air? How do you like that?
Ooh, clever.
Now, for those of you that are new here and you're watching this on YouTube, please take a second here. Like the video, hit that subscribe button. It does greatly help us. We're trying to run those subscriber count numbers up. We're trying to really just get the channel taken off here. We're going to be launching the shorts soon. It's going to be a whole thing. You want to be around for this. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Come on now. Big moves.
We are I see we're having slight technical difficulties with your camera here. We're going to power through. We're going to power through and just hope that it works out. I think audio's coming through well enough so like those the purest among us of our fans who have like refused to adopt our YouTube and they're like, I'm listening only right now. They're eating.
Success.
They're hungry. Yeah, success for them. But for those of you who stuck around and came over for the visuals, time to reward you.
Ooh.
Oh, segue.
Transitions.
Let's start talking about these large red foam boots that you've been seeing all over your Instagram. And you're saying, what are these? What are these big clonkers that I see stomping around here? These are the Big Red Boot from a little company called MSCHF. If you don't remember MSCHF, let me jog your memory here, pun intended. They are the same company that brought you the Jesus shoes filled with water from the Jordan River. Conversely, the Satan shoes filled with Lil Nas X's blood. The Gob Stompers, the shoes that wore away with Jimmy Fallon. They just recently they don't really do sneakers. They just recently did a project called Big Fruit Loop, where it was one box with one giant Fruit Loop like the size of a Frisbee. And this is their latest endeavor. It's called the Big Red Boot. It's meant to mimic the boots of the cartoon character Astro Boy, if you're familiar with that.
What a character to go off of.
But iconic footwear nonetheless, you know? So it's like,
I mean,
it's a good call.
I guess. I don't know many people who are like, yo, I've been a day one Astro Boy. I'm up on the anime.
Yeah, well, that's because you're not on the forums I'm on. The real ones, we're out there chattering.
True.
The streets have been begging for these for years now.
That's true.
They finally got them to us. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there's not much of the Astro Boy outfit that you could pull. I mean, it is, I think, literally three iconic.
And a Speedo.
And then his hair. Those are like the only three iconic.
I cannot wait to see the Halloween costumes this year from everyone who decided, like, I'm going to be Astro Boy. And listen, the winter bodies are built. Well, on the back half of winter is when the front half of winter bodies are built. So get in the gym if you're not already in there.
There you go. Hey, no, New Year's resolution. Good time to start.
But like I said, you've been seeing a lot of these all over Instagram. I feel like when did they started giving these to influencers last week. And I don't remember now what day it was, but you knew what day it was because it was every other post on your Instagram was like someone wearing these shoes. Scroll. Oh, look, a dog. Scroll. Someone wearing these shoes. It was just nonstop. And this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you feel like this has been the largest marketing push they've done in a while here?
100%.
Or the largest seeding program, you might call it? Yeah.
I would definitely say so. It was everywhere. Instagram and TikTok, it was everywhere. It was all over. And most of, I don't know about maybe on the Instagram side, but I know on the TikTok side, a lot of it was people kind of like dogging this or being like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here? Right. Just like a lot of like cracking jokes with it and about it. And I feel like that is almost what MSCHF was really just hoping for. To be like, you can say whatever you want. I just want you talking about it.
Yeah.
You're going to want it.
That's like the credit I always give to MSCHF is like, I mean, most of their footwear, let's be honest, is not practical. Some of it is, but like they just did like the orthopedic boot. So a lot of it's not practical, but like all of it is trending. All of it is always like on the popular and explore pages whenever it's going out. So I give them credit for being a marketing brand, if nothing else.
Yeah. I feel like MSCHF is almost, at least with this, kind of going in the route that like Supreme started going in, was like, we're going to make fun of our own consumers and we're going to make fun of like the culture that we're a part of. Like very much being like, you're going to want like FOMO, a lot of like, you're going to want these. You don't know why you want them. You really don't even want them, but you're going to want them. You're going to post about it. You're going to share it. You're going to talk about it. You're going to want, it was funny. It was interesting to see the internet really blow up about this.
I feel like for them though, this is the first one that like really hits that nail on the head. You know, like the Gob Stompers, like people were not rushing out to buy Gob Stompers. You weren't seeing a ton of people wearing them. Like the Satan shoes, kind of, but like you didn't really see that many people. You saw people talking about them. You didn't see a lot of people like or influencers posting them wearing them. This one, you're seeing like a lot of influencers posting them wearing them.
They definitely did more of, which I think, I don't think the Satan shoes, I think they knew Nike was gonna.
True.
So I don't really think they was gonna push that. But yeah, they definitely did way more of just giving them to influencers, letting influencers buy them early or whatever it may be. I had seen, it's one guy on TikTok and he's one of like these big fashion TikTok accounts, and he had to literally cut the back of them.
Yeah. So I saw a clip somewhere of someone who got their foot stuck in one of these and like their friend was like pulling them off the floor. Yeah.
Which reminded me of the Yeezy slide clip where the guy, I guess, was at a pool and
at a pool. Whoop. Yeah.
The foam footwear, man, you gotta be careful.
It's dangerous. You really gotta be watching out there.
Yeah. It was weird, and it was weird because it's like when you see him in a picture, you're like, okay, these are weird, but sure, I get it. Some random high fashion, like, it's clothing, but it's not really like clothing to wear. It's just clothing to get you talking about
commentary
the brand.
On it. Yeah,
yeah. But then if you would see like the video, which obviously I understand you have to, I guess, make them wearable. Like you watch the video and I'm like, they do not look great when you see someone walking in them.
No,
I'm sure. Immediately you're like, ooh, that top half of it just doesn't go well. But I will have to say they did. It was very cool to see how these fashion influencers would be like, how do I use this in like a fit?
Right.
So that was pretty funny. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy seeing all of the random posts of like, what's the next anime character that
Right.
Mischief
Oh
is gonna
yeah,
do?
I saw those too. Yeah.
So it was a buzz. It was a buzz.
Yeah.
It was another one of those things where I was like, are they just making fun? I don't know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what they were doing with this, but it was funny to watch.
Well, Astro Boys and Astro Girls, if you're looking to launch yourself into the universe, sit tight because on Thursday, February 16th, you can get these for the low retail price of $350. Tanner, we're going to see you camping out?
You might catch me. You might catch me.
I might not.
You might, yeah, you also might not, but you might. There's a chance.
I love how you leave that open. Yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, $350, less than what I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm really like, if they put this at like a $475, I'm like, yeah, crazy, but
Yeah. But
why
maybe
not?
for someone.
Yeah. I would have loved like the hype, you get the hype of this and you get the social media hype and then, you kind of get to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
At the dip, they release these and be like $3,000. And they'd be like,
Why?
yeah, we made 5.
Yeah.
Well, we made a bunch more, but we gave them away to celebrities. So there's only 5 that we're selling to the public.
There's only 5 available. Yeah.
And here's the 5 cities.
1 per city.
1 per city. $3,000 each.
These, I
Just
got
people be like, what?
Tell you what, I'm not buying them. I will be on the website on Thursday when they come out. I need to know, do these come in sizes? They must come in sizes. But like,
I guess.
They must, right? But like, that's wild to me that they just like, this seems so like kind of like niche to make different molds, but I guess they do.
It's got to be maybe like a clog, like a croc,
a small, medium, large,
like a 11 to 12, or maybe like socks.
Yeah, or range. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
I don't know.
7.5 to 10 could fit in this. 7.5 is gonna be pretty big. 10 might be a little small,
a little snug, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the sizing is. I do want the entire bottom, like how huge it is. I want it to all be open. I don't want it to be like form fitting. I just want a giant hole.
I want room to swim.
Your foot's just kicking around in there.
I want to double up on the socks and feel it down there for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I want. I want it to be all open. Well, you could put a little ping pong down there for commuters who get bored. Because you could kind of kick it around in there. You can kick it around while you're bored. While you're waiting, you're waiting on the train to come.
All the things to do with the room in this shoe.
You're stuck in traffic. Yeah, you just kick a ping pong ball.
That would annoy me more than anything.
You probably have to not wear socks. You need the toe mobility.
I cannot imagine the foot sweat this thing would accumulate. And then it's so much room and you're just in a pool of your own sweat.
Yeah.
Canceled. This shoe's done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We can't have this.
That's why people were cutting the backs of it and trying to get some ventilation.
Anyways, moving on. Next topic I wanted to talk about.
Ooh, here we go.
Last week as well, we got the first trailer from the upcoming Air movie, which really tells the story of Sonny Vaccaro, the former sports marketing executive who was like leading the Nike charge to recruit Michael Jordan during his rookie years there, following that whole journey. So it's really cool to see a movie of this scale, like a full, like an actual movie, like put it in quotes, like, oh, look, it's an actual movie that's going to have a heavy element of sneakers in it. Pretty big lineup cast there. Ben Affleck playing the role of Phil Knight, founder of Nike, and then Matt Damon playing the role of the aforementioned Sonny Vaccaro. We got the trailer right now in theaters, April 5th, 2023. They're not sponsored. That sounded, though, just as I said it, like any late night show you've watched where it's just like, the new movie's coming out in theaters April 5th. But April 5th, 2023, this will be out. What'd you think of the trailer?
It was good. It was good. I like seeing it. Seems interesting. Got me interested in watching it, which I was already probably gonna watch it anyway. Interesting. I mean, I know obviously, they're talking about Michael Jordan. I knew obviously we were gonna see the Chicago. Interesting that they put it in the trailer. The
Chicago Jordan 1?
Yeah, just right in the trailer. Just be like, yeah, you're gonna see it.
Interesting that like Michael Jordan is fairly absent from the entire trailer, which only to me reinforces that like this is very much a Sonny Vaccaro movie. This is not like a Michael Jordan coming. I mean, like that's part of it. I mean, that's the crux of it. But
you didn't see who is.
I don't know what actor is playing Michael Jordan, which you would think would be like a very key part of this movie.
I thought you were talking about actual Michael Jordan. I'm like, oh, Ryan. Yeah, obviously not. He's not in high school right now.
I didn't see actual Michael Jordan playing a 20-something version of himself. Highly disappointed. I'm not even immersed. Something tells me Ben Affleck is not actually Phil Knight.
That's what I want. I want Michael Jordan pretending to be his young self.
We can only hope. I don't think we're going to get it, but we can hope. So overall, I'm looking forward to it. Those of you with a keen eye may have noticed in one of the versions of the movie trailer, the 2-minute, they have this shot where they're showing all these older Nike silhouettes in like a glass case or something. And maybe I'll take the time to go clip it so we can make our own content off of it and like piggyback and like take advantage right on the coattails of them. But one of the shoes in there has the eBay authenticity guarantee tag on it. No. I kid you not. I should have grabbed a screenshot of it. I kid you not. Gosh. One of the shoes has it on there.
That's insane.
It drives me wild. You know what? I will on the fly try to pull up it and see if I can get the screen share going here. Give me 1 second.
Man, I was gonna say, I just really hate, laws sometimes. Because I was gonna say, man, it would be fun to do a watch party
of the whole movie. Yeah, we can't unfortunately watch the whole movie. Okay, ready? But everyone out there, this is very on the fly. I don't know if everything's gonna hold together here. Bear with us. Nope. Oh, okay. Oh, you got it.
Wow. Top left.
Oh yeah. It's not capturing my mouse, but you can see top left there. Can you zoom in on this thing? Yes, that's an eBay authenticity guarantee tag right there.
Come on.
Guys, we could do better than this. Ready?
Come on.
What? That was pretty seamless. Okay. Hey. We have not really tried out that view yet. That was the riskiest part. But yeah, come on. We could do better than that.
Nah, I get that
you had to borrow someone's collection or you had to go buy the shoes to have them for the movie, but like cut the tag before you put it.
What do you mean borrow? It's Nike. The whole movie's about Nike. You think they could crack a vault for
Sorry guys, we'd love to. Our hands are tied on this one. Oh, we're on the Big Red Boot.
I don't even need the 80. I don't need the 80s model. Just give me an updated model of the. Yeah. That's not a good look.
So, I mean, small nitpicky detail, only like the sharpest of like armchair warrior sneakerheads are gonna be like, actually, I see the eBay sneaker tag in there. So that's what I'm here to be, though. Someone's got to hold them accountable for it.
So it'll be interesting to see how they edit that out, because obviously now they're gonna be like, oh crap.
Now that Shoe Podcast uncovered the dirt, now that Shoe Podcast showed them where the bodies are buried, they have to do better.
Big media got there.
Yep. So, anyways, overall, still very much looking forward to it. I think it'll be really cool to watch. And you don't really hear the Sonny Vaccaro side of the story too much through like all the sneakerhead lore. Like you hear about, like Mike wanted to leave for Adidas, and he originally wanted Adidas. They had to drag him to the meeting. Even after the Jordan 2, he kind of wanted to go back, but then they bring Tinker Hatfield in for the Jordan 3. You don't hear about Sonny Vaccaro really in much of the like sneaker stories of it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how much they go into that aspect of it. Because I mean, obviously it's, I guess, kind of also like a Nike promotional movie. So I'm curious as to how much maybe Nike is like, did they play a role and be like, yay, nay, or whatever. Maybe they said, we don't want any Nike input. That's why they, had to buy the shoes off eBay.
But you got to think it's in their best interest to like have their name in this movie because it's going to drive sale. You would think, but
for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Obviously, you don't want to. I don't know.
But why would they not have? I don't know. I really don't know. Someone from Nike and/or the production team in this movie, hop on the Zoom call. We'd love to chat.
Please and thank you.
Last topic we got for tonight here. So quick Super Bowl recap. We're going to go through some of the footwear, both on the feet of the players and the performers. Since I'm not really the football aficionado between the two of us, Tanner, I'm going to lean on you to lead us in this section here. Walk us through. Who do we got? What are they wearing?
Or right here, we have the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, who was hurting all the Kansas City Chiefs in the first half, and then that didn't happen. So he came out in some Jordan 11s, which he has been wearing pretty frequently throughout the season.
Okay.
He almost every game he's been wearing the 11s. Ended up making a cleat change.
Oh,
which a lot of players were making cleat changes. A lot of people were complaining about the field condition and things like that. Apparently at halftime, the NFL was trying to patch it together. Apparently, $800,000 was spent on this field, and it stunk. So Jalen said, "I got to get out of these out of 11s," and he put on some Jordan 1s,
which I don't know about performance. Arguably a better fit here. This is a good look.
Yeah, this is definitely. I mean, but it's a 1. I mean, it's a great.
You can't go wrong. Yeah,
yeah. I do love the Jordan 11 cleat. A lot of people wear the Jordan 11, especially that Concord colorway, and it looking great. So yeah, he made the change to the 1. Might not do that again. Might
not have worked out in his favor.
Yeah. But is what it is. Great, like I said, great look, fantastic look with this one. So yeah, Jalen bringing out the heat on Super Bowl, as you should.
Well, it's the one game of the year. You really gotta.
Yeah, exactly. Who is next? Oh, I cannot remember. I think it's George. It is George.
No last name. No last name. I think this is George.
Karlaftis. He's a Greek player. He's on the defensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. In a classic. This one probably should have been the first one. Great transition from the air to Chicago 1.
Okay, tell you what, next time I'll let you put together the PowerPoint. I'll let you put it together next time.
So went ahead, rocking the Chicago colorway of the Jordan 1, which, again, just a great look. Obviously, Kansas City Chiefs with a red and white predominant colorway, so went funky with it, and I appreciate it.
I didn't mean to do him dirty on this one, but literally this was one of the only pictures that I could find, and by the time I did the crop, I didn't mean for it to be like, here he is getting like choke slammed by someone from the Eagles, but that's kind of what it looks like at this. Yeah, but look at the shoes, look at the footwear though. He's really got it.
Shout out to George.
Yeah, to George, just the George.
The George.
Okay, the George. I love that.
Who we got next? Oh, this, funny enough, obviously, this is the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, Butkiff, which is a very funny name.
I thought it was Butker.
Is it Butker? Yeah, Butker. Sorry. It's Butt, which is the funny part. Doesn't really matter what the
Ryan,
other part is.
Ryan, don't trample over the joke here.
Butt is the funny part.
Fair enough.
Who did end up winning the game for the Kansas City Chiefs off a last-second field goal. But yeah, made headlines by wearing one Nike cleat and one Adidas cleat, which is very funny. So a lot of the headlines were, which brand's going to take credit,
right,
for the game winning. I guess you would say Nike because it is
that foot
is the he's wearing the kicking cleat. Yeah, so he's wearing the kicking cleat, but then his plant foot is Adidas. So I don't know. Interesting to see. I don't know if I'm sure if I, would have looked into it. I'm sure someone in the media was like, "Why?"
Yeah,
and he probably gave a great answer.
I don't know how common this is, but it was rare enough, obviously, for it to bubble up high enough for someone like me to see it, who's not really that invested in sports. But I love the idea of someone who's not signed to any brand to be like, well, I could go customs, I could just wear something, or I could do what no one else could do and just wear one shoe from each. Good on you.
No one really talks about it. Everyone talks about the multi-million-dollar deals from these big companies, but no one talks about the freedom that you get.
You can't put a price on freedom because freedom isn't free.
You do. God bless.
God bless.
So very interesting. Yeah, I do love Do love this. Like I said, it was kind of it was making the news cycles of this. So I don't think it's happened before. I don't think there's been a kicker to wear different brands for each foot. Maybe he's like, look, my feet are for sale. Big names, please.
If you want to get at me, here's the billboard space.
You see what I can do.
Clearly.
Yeah. I say bring back the barefooted kickers. That's what I want.
That was a thing?
That was a thing back in like the 70s or 80s. There was only a couple.
And you could insert 80 period, but could also change it with back in the before science and data.
Yeah. There was barefoot kickers. Only like it wasn't a lot of them. It was only like maybe like 2 or 3 guys.
No, I'm sure.
But they spent seasons just kicking a football barefoot, which I would imagine maybe it's like you break your toe, your foot like a couple times, and then it just gets a good callus on it.
Which I'm also just like turns into like a ball of muscle. You know?
But I'm also just like shoe.
Yeah, we have the technology.
Yeah, well, I don't know, and who knows? Maybe they were like, we don't have. Maybe the cleats back then weren't really great, and they felt like I don't know. There's a whole documentary I think about it. So Google barefoot kicker.
Okay.
Incognito to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't have the link. Yeah. I don't have the link for
barefoot you. Barefoot kicker NFL. I'm gonna put that last one in there. You're probably gonna get very different results.
It's a smart one. Smart one. Yeah. 100%.
Last pair of shoes we got to talk about. Ooh,
Riri wearing some Solomon.
The Mason Margiela and Solomon cross low, the MM6.
Look at that. You know, again, I saw a lot of people who were like, Riri, why were you not wearing the Big Red Boot?
I would have gone perfect with this fit, but I think, to be honest with y'all, what happened, she caught our our best sneakers of 2022 episode, where my co-host proclaimed these most innovative of the year, and she said, I'm an innovator. I got to be innovating. The boys on the pod said, this is what's hot. I'm going to wear it.
Got to wear it. Thank you, Rihanna.
I mean, this definitely, the vibes of her whole outfit very much gave me Kanye performing Runaway at the VMAs. Like Red October is just like it's the all red fit with like the dramatic lighting and all the dancers in the same outfit as dancers normally are, Ryan. But I love how her dancers had matching outfits. Oh, you mean like a performance? Yeah, I guess. In Cats the musical, they are all cats, but they do look kind of different.
They're different cats.
These looked all the same, and they all run out in the puffy doing the Naruto run. What'd you think of the halftime performance?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm a pretty big fan of Rihanna. I don't think it was the most like entertaining halftime show, but I mean, honestly, the way it came in, the floating stages being like that, I thought that was really cool. I'm glad that wasn't like the entire, because obviously like
you need
it would have just been Rihanna standing there. But I enjoyed it. She played all of her hits. She looked great. I thought the background dances were pretty cool.
The background dancers, I kept saying to Amanda, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing right now. But like so many of their moves just kind of gave me like, because the costume is so ridiculous to begin with, when they start hitting what I can only classify as the TikTok moves, I'm watching it, I'm like, I feel like I'm supposed to be laughing right now.
Yeah, it was. I will say it was definitely one of the more raunchier performances.
I'll give it that.
But I mean, to be fair, she has things like "Rude Boy" is one of hers songs. So I mean, it is good. My funny part. I had 2 moments of the halftime performance I laughed at. One was when I forgot that there were background dancers still on the platforms. And the video pans up, and I see them still dancing there. I don't know why I thought that was. I just thought it was a kick. I got a kick out of that.
Forgot about them.
I really did. The second one, there was a point where Rihanna's standing, and there's a bunch of dancers, and they're kind of like at a catacorner to each other, and the guy's like leaning back, kind of like gyrating, and he starts like flicking his tongue. I'm like, yo, this dude sees an opportunity. He's like, I'm gonna shoot a shot. Why not do some freaky stuff in front of Rihanna? But then I see all of the others, so I'm like, this is a planned thing.
Gotcha.
But I just in my head it was a better that like he said no,
he scanned the horizon. He was like, ASAP Rocky's on the 50-yard line. I got at least 5 seconds right here to shoot a shot.
What's he gonna do? It's Rihanna.
Yeah,
you know. So I thought it was great. Like I said, and then the final shot of
the
her
final shot was
diamonds in the sky.
Yeah,
was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe she's come out and say that she is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
If she is, just makes the performance even more, even more impressive. That you know she did, she made this performance while pregnant would just be another just like wow, what a thing. And then also if she is pregnant, what a wild story that kid's gonna be able to say. I mean, obviously this child, I say he as if I know, this child is going to live a very impressive life. But to be like,
I was at the Super Bowl.
I was
where?
Snuck
on
in.
Stage. Yep. Stuck in.
Snuck in. But yeah, what about you? What'd you think? Well, did you watch the halftime? I know you said you were in the airport.
Not in real time. We were in the airport as it was going on, so I had to catch the recap of it later. Funny story. We land in New Orleans. We're driving back to Baton Rouge. We stop at Chipotle on the way back to grab dinner. And I'm guessing maybe the employees are not allowed to have their phones out. So we walk in and the guy behind the glass is like, tell me what's going on with the game right now. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't help you. I just got off a flight and I've been driving. He's like, oh, okay. White or brown rice? I'm like, I'll do brown rice. And he's like, where'd you guys fly from? I'm like, oh, we're just coming back from Chicago. What kind of meat? He's swerving between like Chipotle and where'd you come from and what's going on in the Super Bowl. Anyways,
he's like, I got to get my tip, but I also need to. I wish you would have been a little bit more up on it because you'd be like, what's happening with the game? Be like, yo, Rihanna is on that 50-yard line right now. Be like, is it halftime? I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's there.
Yeah. So, anyways, watching the performance after the fact, like I said, I thought it was good. I thought it was fine. Like, the visuals to me were more maybe impressive than the performance. But that's like, I'm not a giant Rihanna fan. Like, I hear the Rihanna singles and I'm like, oh, it feels like 2010. You know, like, a Rihanna single doesn't come on and I'm like getting super hyped up. But just, I'm not a giant Rihanna fan, but like, I respect Rihanna's work, obviously. But still, a great performance. I feel like the wardrobe choice for all of the dancers was just a little strange and odd. Again, I just found it like I was laughing, and I don't know if I was supposed to be or not. But
like I said, I had seen I saw a theory that it was supposed to be almost like a life cycle type thing. So I don't know if it's actually true, but it seems like the dancers were supposed to be sperm. Which
you give Reddit enough time, they'll write the next Inception for you. You know,
honestly, even still funny to think that they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna dress them up as semen. That's almost like Left Shark material, right there.
Yeah, well, you got to top Left Shark somehow.
Yeah, not to put you under pressure. What would you say is your favorite halftime performance?
All time? Prince.
I would say that you've seen.
Seen in real time or just seen a video of at all?
I would say real time, at least like our lifetime. Okay. I guess Prince would technically be our lifetime.
Prince was in our lifetime. I don't remember if I watched it live on TV or not, but killer performance. Other than that, funnily enough, I was also in an airport when Maroon 5 and Travis Scott performed. And I remember watching that. I was waiting for my plane to board while the performance was going on. And I remember watching them and seeing Adam Levine in the Travis Scott Jordan 1s and Travis in the 6s, which had just come out, which I would go to hit on sneakers later. So that to me kind of a performance. Plus the SpongeBob Sweet Victory and then he comes crashing in. Okay. I might put that over Prince just because it was a big moment for me. Prince's performance undoubtedly better, but that was a moment for me to watch. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Most funny I would say would be I think Lady Gaga, maybe when she's like coming like flipping down from the sky, like that was really funny. but I would say The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd, which was maybe like two, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought just a wildly good performance.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, very good. Definitely.
Oh.
All right. That'll do it for us over here. So hit the comments. Let us know. Let's look back through the topics here. How do you feel about the MSCHF Big Red Boots? Do you feel like they've kind of got like this thing going on in fashion and they're misunderstood? Or do you feel like they're just downright ridiculous? The Air movie, is that one that you're going to actually pay to go see in theaters, or you're going to wait for it to hit the streaming services? I'll tell you, for me, probably going to be one of the rare ones that I go see in theaters. I'm not big on going to see movies in theaters.
Okay.
That one's an exception for me. Super Bowl recap. What were your favorite cleats that you saw on the field? How did you feel about the halftime performance? All of that and more, leave it down in the comments down below. We want to read through them. We're going to respond to the comments and let y'all know what we think about everything.
Click.
Let's see if we can get these rolling. Thank you always for watching another episode of Shoe Podcast. You can catch us online at shoepodcast.com, on our Instagram at Shoe Podcast. And if you want, YouTube, hit the subscribe button, youtube.com/at Shoe Podcast. You're probably watching
Please,
it.
thank you.
You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Shoe Podcast. The other one that I got to toss in there now, which I keep forgetting is a thing now, we are now on TikTok. Your beautiful boy is running our TikTok channel at
Ryan.
Shoe Podcast. I was going to say the URL, but I realized how old I am if I'm like tiktok.com/. That's not how anyone uses it, Ryan.
Yeah.
At Shoe Podcast. We got content coming out there as well.
There you go. Trying to upload daily.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, daily. Love it. Love the goals. Love the
Trying
goals.
to put a vid out every day.
Yeah, I think that was most everything we wanted to hit. Check us out. If you missed all that, if it was kind of quick, shoepodcast.com will have everything you need and links to all of our socials and everything like that.
Love it.
We do also have a Discord community. If you want to join, just shoot us a message. We will get you the link to come chat with us. It's a real fun, small group. We have a good time. Tanner, anything you want to leave the people with before we go here?
I got one thing.
Speak on it.
Ryan, you see a fish. You would say that is a fish.
I would.
You're looking at an aquarium, and there's a bunch of bass. What would you say? Look at all those fish.
Look at all those fish.
You look out in the ocean. What would you say?
Look at all those fish.
That is true. However, you could also say, if you're looking out in the ocean, look at all those fishes. Fishes is a actual plural. It is referring to multiple types of fish. So, next time you're at an aquarium, and there's a bunch of different species of fish in there, you could say, wow, that's a lot of fishes. If someone tries to correct you, you could say,
You pull out your Uno reverse card that you've been holding in your wallet.
Exactly. If it's a school of fish, that's all one species of fish. However, if there's multiple species of fish, you can grammatically correctly say fishes.
So the past couple seasons, we've had a theme at the end of the episode where, like, I think season 3 at the end, you would give like a recommendation. It might be a product. It might be a show you have to watch. It might be like a workout or a diet or a lifestyle. It's just like a thing you got to try. Last season 4 was just words of wisdom at the end. And that was pretty off the cuff. What are you calling this theme? Is this like school facts, or is this like if you want to correct people, like if you want to actually facts? What are we calling this segment?
I think season 5 might be my buck the system.
God, I love it. Yeah.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
Today's like, here's how you could correct people with something they've told you wrong. And the second one, and next week is like, here's how to get extra tickets at Chuck E. Cheese without being detected.
I spent 24 hours inside Chuck E. Cheese. You won't believe what I found.
Episode 3, you could say octopod or octopi or octopuses. Any of them are actually correct. Episode 4, you never consent to a breathalyzer. I love just like you could go anywhere with this.
Yeah, you'll never know.
I'm just as excited for this season now. Buck the system. Okay, BTS, behind the scenes, buck the system. Whatever you want it to be. I am so here for it. Well, thank you everyone for checking out another episode of Shoe Podcast. I forgot it, and now we're wrapping up. Real quick plug.
Oh, okay.
This is going to come out, I think this Friday is the 17th. Check out our Instagram. Wow, I should have mentioned this at the top of the episode. We'll try and clip it. By the time this episode comes out, check out our Instagram at Shoe Podcast. Yeah. We are doing a giveaway with Ruckus Skate Shop for Go Support Your Local Skate Shop Day. Wow, I'm butchering this whole thing. None of this is going to make a clip. I was really trying to do it concise for like the Instagram reel. Uh-huh. None of this makes it. Yeah. Go check out our Instagram at Shoe Podcast. We're doing a giveaway with Ruckus for Skate Shop Day where you should go support your local skate shop. We're giving away shoes, a skate deck, some shop gear. The list goes on and on. Completely free. You just got to follow some accounts, like some things, comment on a post. I don't know all the details, but they'll be up by the time this episode is out. Go check it out at Shoe Podcast and at Ruckus103 on Instagram.
There you go.
That being said, now I can tell you, I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
This is Shoe Podcast. Catch you on the next one.
Love you.